Hello everybody, my name is Madison. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I do a bunch of stuff on this channel. I like plants, I like animals, I like the color pink, I like arts and crafts, I like video games. If you like any of those things, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, like this video if you liked it, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. So yeah, I'm trying to film like as many videos as I can in this one day, so a lot of my videos are probably going to be this background, this hairstyle, this shirt. Sorry, not sorry. That's just how the cookie crumbles right now, okay? Because it took me forever to put this up, and I have to take it down when I'm done, so yeah. So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking all about purple passion plant care. This plant is so beautiful. It is one of my favorite plants in my collection right now. It's a beautiful dark green leaf with purple hairs, and they are so soft. I am a leaf petter. Like, the fresh new leaves, I swear to God, feel like a dog or a kitty or a bunny. They are so soft. And as the leaves get older, they kind of lose their softiness. They kind of feel more like a rough suede, and then they get like really stiff. Mine are getting crispy because I have it in a really cold and dry windowsill right now. But the new leaves are having no issues. It's just the old leaves that are struggling, but you know, it is what it is. So the scientific name of the purple passion plant, I'm going to butcher this. I'll put it on the screen. Hold on, I need to read it. I'm having troubles. Genera? Orentiaca.
Genera Orentiaca.
I don't think Siri is right either, so I will leave that to people who know how to say things. But yeah. Okay, so the purple passion plant is actually native to Southeast Asia, and it is a part of the daisy family. I do not want to try to pronounce the scientific name of daisy. I embarrassed myself enough today trying to pronounce things. But yeah, and it is kept obviously as houseplants, and they are so easy to take care of. And they're so beautiful, and they give so much back to you. They are truly amazing plants. So because these plants are kept as houseplants, they have gotten outside and then they become invasive. They have become invasive in places like Africa, Australia, Asia, Florida, of course. Everything is invasive in Florida. Y'all, stop releasing things into Florida. Stop it. It's time to stop.
Stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Okay, and since this plant is a vining plant, it can grow up things. It can grow anywhere to like 8 feet long and just explodes. But once it starts vining like that, to that extent, you kind of start to lose the purpliness. So if you want to keep the purple, it is important that you try to keep this as condensed as you can, and pruning is very important to this plant if you want to keep it looking nice, okay? And what's awesome about this plant is that it is non-toxic to humans, cats, dogs, birds, and reptiles, which I thought was very cool, very cool. So if you are an animal loving household like ours, you can keep this plant. So the only downside to this plant is that it doesn't live very long. which sucks. It sucks a lot because this plant is so beautiful. But this plant's lifespan is only about 2 to 3 years. So the purple passion plant could live in its original pot for its whole life. And that's just the way it goes. Usually you can tell that the plant is at the end of its life when it starts to bloom its flowers. The flowers, from what I have read, smell very, very, very bad. And they're very, very strong. And I have read that if you want to continue the life of your purple passion plant, the second you start to see it bud and about to grow flowers, you chop the buds off, chop the flowers off, chop up the plant, and propagate all of it. And then repot it. And that's how you keep this thing going. So, propagation, I would say, in my humble opinion, it would be best to propagate this plant in sphagnum moss just because of like the velvety texture, you know, because as you know, for most velvety type plants, they don't like water getting on them. So if any of the lower leaves are like fully submerged in water, that's just no bueno. So just to avoid any water mishaps, I would go with like moist sphagnum moss. So obviously you're going to propagate this plant just like you'd propagate any other plant, just under the nodes, and then pop them in soil or sphagnum moss because these plants are very prone to root rot. And yeah, they're very prone to root rot, so just make sure if you propagate them in soil or sphagnum moss because they will most likely rot in water, okay? And because they are prone to root rot, you want to have them in a well-draining mix. I still have my purple passion plant in the mix that came with it. This guy's really awkward to pull out. I don't think I'm gonna do that. But yeah, it just looks like, you know, your average greenhouse soil, and it's been doing fine in that. But if you want to mix your own soil, I would say mix heavy, like orchid bark, pumice, stuff like that. And these plants are also very prone to growing kind of leggy. So just to avoid that, you want to put them in the brightest space you possibly can. And like mine, this purple passion plant has done really well in a lot of different spots in my house. I had this plant in a north-facing window and he did fine, but he really thrived under my grow light, and now he's doing good in my east-facing window. So as long as you have them up close to the window, I think you'll be fine. And if you notice any legginess, put them in a brighter spot and cut off any legginess, propagate it if you want. And yeah, and the brighter light you can give them, the more prominent the purple is going to be. So yeah, bright light, bright light, bright light, bright light for these guys, okay? And watering, I love this plant because this plant will tell you when it's thirsty, okay? So these leaves are pretty stiff when the plant is well watered, and then when it needs water, it'll wilt down and it'll flatten like that. And then the leaves will be really flexible, and that's when I water. So usually like once a week, I would say. And with fertilizing, I just use the Miracle-Gro fertilizer for all of my plants. And I fertilize during the active growing season, like every other week. And I use half of the diluent that it says, so I use 1/4 teaspoon. I personally have not had any run-ins with any sort of pests, knock on wood, with this plant. I don't know if they are prone to any pests. Since they're fuzzy, I would imagine mealybugs. And honestly, I wouldn't really know how to take care of a pest infestation on a velvety plant because the velvetiness is quite sensitive. Um, so I don't know, do your own research with that, because I have not had a run-in yet with this plant, but if I do, of course I will let you know. But yeah, this plant loves to grow. I have not had any legginess. It looks beautiful. And I think I'm gonna have to repot it soon because it's starting to get top heavy. And this plant has grown so many babies on the inside. It's unreal. There's one baby there, and there's like an itty bitty baby that's starting down at the base of the soil. And we're growing more branches, offshoots, leaves. I don't know what they are, but they're coming. Oh, and in terms of humidity, I would say definitely not too high of humidity, just because they do have this velvety texture, and obviously velvety plants don't like water touching their leaves, so a super high humidity probably wouldn't be good for them. They would probably just rot and look really gross. I just have like a normal household humidity. The humidity in my room at my other house has probably like a little bit higher humidity. Ever since I moved here, oh my gosh, the humidity here is so bad. I have a humidifier running in every room. And yeah, and the velvetiness has been not that great on these older leaves, and the older leaves are kind of like getting crispy and weird, but you know, it's fine. I don't really care. But yeah, I think I covered everything for this plant. If you have any further questions or concerns about this plant, comment down below and I will get back to you. But yeah, this is the purple passion plant. Very beautiful, very easy to take care of, and gives you a lot of love back to you. Okay? If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!